Afternoon, folks. Another quick tip from my garden, your garden. I'm actually out here in the garden this evening. It is actually about 84 degrees. The nice thing about it is that it is overcast to a point. The sun comes through and then the clouds hide it. With your crops, especially your cool weather plants. Now, these are my cool weather plants, which my cabbage and my broccoli and such. But your lettuce and your spinach probably not as much. But your overall, as far as your lettuce, with the temperature staying up, what's important to keep track, I introduced the app that I like to use, and it gives me the temperature. I don't even have to have my app on my phone, and it tells me what the temperature is. But I've told you a little bit about as for the plant calendar and everything. And it's given me a warning, basically, that the days this week, especially today and then tomorrow, we're going to be in the 80s. So what it gives me is that it lets me know that these plants that I have planted do not tolerate the warm weather well. When the days are consistently warm, what you have to worry about, and I'm showing my lettuce here, is that it is predominantly what it may do is that it may bolt. What it means is that this lettuce, if you can kind of see the size of it and everything, that where it looks good, it looks pretty, but if we have consistently really warm days, then what will happen is that it'll bolt and then it'll grow really fast and get tall. And then what can happen is that overall is that the plant becomes bitter. So when you try to eat it and everything, it's just a real bitter taste. There is a way that I can actually protect it. So the protection that I can use is that I have right here. This is a shade cloth. This shade cloth is actually 40%. And so by placing this over top of this bed, it's going to allow that the sun cannot get to it as well. Again, the clouds are kind of overcast. The sun's breaking through a little bit, but when I came out here a little bit ago, it was cloudy. Even though it says it's 84 degrees, it didn't feel it because of the shading that I was getting from the clouds. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to put this shade cloth over top of this lettuce bed, because in my history of when I've planted my vegetables, my lettuce is the one that actually began bolting quicker than my other cool weather plants. So this is what I'm doing right now. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take this shade cloth. This is actually about a 6 foot wide by a 10 foot long shade cloth. And this bed is a 4x8 thing, so it's going to hang over. The nice thing is that when I have these hoops, as the plants get bigger, I can extend the hoops to make them higher. So this is going to be, overall, it's going to be really good for this bed. So even though it sits, kind of hangs over the bed and everything, it's not going to hurt it. And then I just have to be aware of it when I'm working around my garden. So what I'm doing, I'm actually covering the bed, and then I have these little clips that I'll be using, and I'll be putting it on. This bed is small enough because these are 1-bys. These clips will go around the bed, but with the hoops, I can actually put these on the hoops and it'll hold it in place. So it shows you exactly. I'm still cleaning up from my other beds that I replaced, and I've got to get rid of this wood. So I've got some place, because I don't want to be out in the yard because I have grandkids and I don't want nobody stepping on any screws or anything. So it's better in here. But anyway, for this, I want to make sure that I cover this. This is not going to hurt it. If it rains and the sun, it's what this shade cloth is doing. It's what we call a 40% shade. So it's taking 40% of the sun away from this plant. And actually what it's going to help it is that it's going to help my plant overall to hopefully, with the temperature today, now it's in the 80s, and then tomorrow, again, it's supposed to be in the 80s, but then after that, it's supposed to be in the 70s, and I don't really have to worry about it. But this is very easy to put down, and it's very easy to take away too. So I can water it in the morning through the shade cloth or whatever, but just protecting my plants, especially like the ones I'm trying to do is my lettuce, is that I don't want these plants to bolt. So by putting 40%, I'm still going to allow it to get the sunshine, I'm just shading it enough to hopefully protect it to make sure it doesn't bolt. So I put the clips the whole way around the bed. It's actually looking good. The sun is actually coming through, so you can kind of see the kind of shadow that it's given right now. So hopefully this is going to protect this lettuce. I will keep this shade cloth on all night tonight, and then in tomorrow I'll look at the weather and everything, and then I know the temperatures are supposed to come down. But this cloth is very easy to put on. It's very easy to take off. You just got to have the right measurements and it'll stretch. So getting a shade cloth that's bigger than the actual bed that you're using is actually going to help you overall, because when I expand these hoops and everything, it'll go up. And you see right here, I've got this much laying off on the side of the bed. But as long as I'm trying to cover this plant to keep it protected and everything, it's going to help it overall. And then hopefully these lettuces that I have in here, that they will not bolt as the temperatures warm up, because we are into April and then now, you know, through the time. But remember, lettuce is not a long harvesting plant. We're talking about 40 to 50 days, 40 to 60 days, around that. So I'm coming up, I can actually pick some of my spinaches around the outside of it. But this lettuce is, within the next 2 weeks, this lettuce is going to be ready to harvest anyway. So I don't want to try to protect it now while I have it and everything, to make sure this lettuce doesn't bolt. I hope this is something you use. Until next time, this is Dave at Dave's Raised Bed Garden. Keep planting, keep growing. God bless you, and take care.